much does it cost to sell a house? Well, that's what we're talking about today, and we're gonna get started right after this. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ladina Strand. I'm a realtor in Portrait, Washington. If this is your first time to my channel and you want to learn everything about working, eating, sleeping, living, playing, make sure you tap the subscribe button and click that little bell so you're notified every time I do a new video. I get calls, emails, texts every single day. I'm helping them and I absolutely love it. So people, if you're thinking about moving, relocating here to the Northwest Washington area, make sure you give me a call, shoot me a text, or send me an email. However you want to get a hold of me, I've got your back when moving to the Northwest Washington area. So I get this question all the time. What is it going to cost me to sell my home? Now, assuming you're going to hire a real estate agent, these are the typical expenses that you're going to incur. Number one, you're typically going to pay the commission to the real estate agents involved in the transaction. You hire an agent and you agree to pay them X percentage of the sales price of the house when the buyer comes along. Now, if they're represented by a different agent, your agent's brokerage pays that person the other half of the commission. Now, I've done a whole other video about where the commission goes. If you're interested, click that right up there. But just know that we don't get to keep the whole thing to ourselves. We are splitting it with the other agent, we're splitting it with our brokerage, we're paying for all the marketing expenses, so don't go thinking that we're all millionaires because that's not really how it works. Number two, you'll have to pay the property taxes for the time that you lived in the house. After the property changes hands, the buyer will pay that. If you've already paid your property taxes for the whole year, then from the date of your closing to the end of the fiscal year, you're going to actually get a credit back because you've already paid those property taxes and the buyer should be paying them, so you'll get money back. Number three, you'll have the real estate excise tax, which is dependent on the price of your home, but normally ranges from 1.1% to 1.28% of the sales price of the home. Again, it can go up from there depending on the price of the home. In the Northwest Washington area, it's also very common that buyers ask you to pay their closing costs or at least a portion of it. We have a lot of first-time buyers and nobody puts 20% down anymore. I mean, people, don't have $100,000 just sitting in the bank waiting to buy a house as a general rule. So they may ask you and say, hey, can you chip in $3,000 towards my closing costs? And depending on what the market is, whether it's a buyer's market or where we're currently at the recording of this video, we're in a very, very strong seller's market. So right now here locally, buyers are finding it a challenge to get their closing costs paid. And I did another video a while back on the hidden costs of buying a home. And again, you can click right up here to check it out where I explain closing costs. Now, if you decide to sell your house for sale by owner, you're not going to be paying the real estate agent's commission. Instead, you're going to be paying for all the marketing of your home. Just sticking a for sale by owner sign in your front yard is probably not going to get the job done. Now, typically people that buy for sale by owners are looking for a great deal. So they're gonna come along and they're gonna offer you far less than the actual market value of your home. As a typical rule, you're gonna be paying for the photographer, the video, for the drone photography, for all the advertising. You're going to have to put a nice sign in the yard. You're gonna have to show the property every time somebody calls you to make an appointment. You're gonna have to deal with all the negotiations, forms, etc. So the money that you save in the commission, you're going to be incurring a lot in additional costs in marketing and in time where it's going to be all on you. You don't have an agent who's doing all this stuff for you. So now you know how much it costs to sell the house, but do you know what your home is valued at? Do you know what your market value is? It's not enough to just say, oh, the house down the street sold for blah, 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 because half the time that number is not really accurate. Your neighbor might tell you, oh, I sold it for $300,000. And they actually sold it for $285,000. I'm just saying, people sometimes have the tendency to exaggerate just a little bit. So if you'd like to find out what your home is worth because you're thinking of selling in the next, 6 months or so, give me a call, shoot me a text. I'd be happy to do a free, no obligation home evaluation analysis for you so that you can easily sit down and say, okay, if I sold, how much money could I expect to make? Because that's a big factor in deciding, is now the right time to sell or should I wait a year or two? If you're moving, relocating to the Northwest Washington area, make sure you reach out. Give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, or however you want to get a hold of me. I would love to chat. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.